everybody. Tony D and Little Joan on a Piney podcast. Little Joan, you sleeping? No, sleepyhead. Nobody can see you, sleepyhead. Yeah, that's it. Sit up so people can see your face. You just look like a pillow otherwise. What the heck do I got you here for? Welcome to the Piney podcast. Let's get into it. Beer virus. We now have 31 states that are quarantined from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. The triumvirate of idiocy has decided that these states, if you come from any of these states and come to visit us here in New Jersey and you're on vacation, enjoy spending 2 weeks in your hotel room first before you can interact with the rest of the people here. I know, it's insane. This is all, again, politically motivated. Today's stats, I believe it was something like 244 cases and 24 deaths. It's gone way down. These numbers are similar to, again, flus and influenzas and whatnot, and yada, yada, yada. I've gone over this so many times. But what else is going on related to this? Well, Delaware's back on the list. Delaware is one of the 31 hotspots. It came off the list and then it went back on. And who is the governor of Delaware? Governor of Delaware. That's what I wanted to know. John Carney, and he is a Democrat. I thought he'd be a Republican, but he's a Democrat, and he is furious at Murphy, and rightly so. Carney has opened up the state. Delaware has restaurants open, and I'm seriously considering going down there just to go get my birthday sushi. And he's pissed because everybody goes back and forth to work from Delaware, South Jersey to Delaware. What are you supposed to do, Murphy? You can't make this work, okay? The only thing you could do is you could go all the way down to Salem and set up a thing that would back up traffic for miles and check everybody who came into the state. Oh, but it's a 2-week incubation period, so your checks are meaningless, okay? So people with the virus will still get in, and people with fevers will be denied entry even though they don't have it. You can't make this work. All you can do is tell people, mask up, social distance, wipe things down. That's it. That's all you can do. The other thing you could do is you could make nursing homes safe. You could spend the money instead of wasting it all over the state and go to nursing homes and say, here's a bunch of money. Here's what you have to do. You have to seal every exit. You have to make this place airtight. You have to filtrate all the air and make sure the staff has tons of PPE and make sure they use it in every interaction with the most vulnerable. You could tell people with underlying medical conditions, you're very vulnerable to this. Don't go out. Here's some more PPE. Here are some places you could, or you're relatively safe. Here is more information from doctors. Here's a section of the hospital you can visit and don't have to worry about the beer virus. Those are the things you can do. You can concentrate on the people who are vulnerable rather than, say, concentrating on the people who are healthy, like the healthy people at Atlas Gym who just want to work out. That's what you could do, but you're not. Instead, you're playing political games, and it's pathetic. Even more pathetic today was when you decided to get into a tiff with former governor, ex-governor Christie. The ex-governor is on the internet. He's got some kind of podcast. Apparently, the bandwidth of the internet can handle his fat butt. And he decided to go after him. That, to me, is proof positive that Phil Murphy is one of the weakest politicians we've ever had for governor. That he's going to attack his rival that he beat in an election already. What's the point, Phil? Why would you even answer him? Ignore that fat idiot. He's not the governor anymore. his opinion, and he left in shame. Nobody likes him anymore. They didn't like the way he handled Sandy and a whole laundry list of things he did. When he basically all flipped us off by going to the beach, going to a private beach that he closed for his family. That was the last straw. No one likes Christie. And now, no one likes you. So, you and him fighting it out, it's like the two worst people in New Jersey. You two deserve each other. So anyhow, moving on. South Jersey has got an invasion of lanternflies. These are Asian bugs that eat sweet, sweet sap. And they go after a particular tree that's a Chinese tree. And they were brought here, I believe, from Asia. And now they're eating up other trees as well. So they're very colorful bugs, but they hurt your trees. And there's a lot of them apparently. So be out on the lookout. Let me see how big this picture is. Yeah, that's what they look like. Ugh, kind of creepy. Get out of here, Ed. Yeah, you see? This is what they look like. They're already in Cherry Hill. So, in other news, 4 in the Tropicana Atlantic City casino floor fight have been charged. Guy got stabbed. I didn't even hear about this. This happened a while ago. Atlantic City really is the low rent Vegas if you've never been. Yeah, we got a beach, but it's still everything in Atlantic City is low rent. It's just low brow, low rent. The only cool stuff we had got torn down by Trump, ironically enough, back in the day when he was buying the place up. He tore down the steel pier, and there were a couple other old buildings when the city had some amount of history. I mean, there's almost nothing left of the old Atlantic City. It's all casinos and hotels, and they've driven all resort people are out, and the locals are out. They've all been pushed out to like Pleasantville and the mainland. It's I mean, if you like gambling, now they got gambling in Philly. It's probably killing their revenue. It's just, it's Atlantic City. For the locals like me, what you do is you summer somewhere on the Jersey Shore. Not Atlantic City, but somewhere nicer. Like Ocean City, which is really nice. It's a dry town, super nice. Or you go to Wildwood, which we call Childwood, if you want to have a crazier time and do some drinking. And then you get bored one night, you shoot up to Atlantic City, do some gambling, and then you immediately leave when you have dinner, and then you leave and come back. You don't stay in Atlantic City. Nah. It's too expensive. It's better to go in the winter when they like give away rooms just to get people to gamble in like February. So it's not, we don't look at it as any big thing. Maybe if you're from a place or state that doesn't have legalized gambling, you might think it's kind of cool. But really, at the end of the day, it's not Vegas. It's not Vegas. The shows are cheaper. That's one thing. You can get some Vegas shows that are a lot cheaper in Atlantic City. And again, if you're down there in the summer, you do have the beaches, but whatever. Yeah, I'm a little down on Atlantic City in case you didn't find out. It's just a sleazy place. It's always been. It's always been sleazy. And if you read about the history of Atlantic City, it's one of the most corrupt cities in the United States. The other thing is, looks like National Night Out is canceled. Everybody's postponing it. I think that was the only other story I had. That was it, right? Oh yeah, there's big storms coming. Big storms. And I think that was it. Let me just make sure. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. So, South Jersey is a weird place. I know, Pineys. I know. You know all this stuff. You live here. You know how Atlantic City is. if you really want to do something fancy, yeah, there's, I mean, look, there are some cool places in Atlantic City, but it's just New Jersey to us. You want to go to a really cool place? I'll tell you the best restaurant in the world you go to, Chef Vola. It's right on the border of Atlantic City. It's technically in Ventnor. It's the greatest restaurant in the world, but you gotta know somebody to get in. You know me, but I don't have that much pull. My dad, he gets me in.